Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Haizatul Nafisah binti Syam. So I will explain about the introduction of our training group. So Nasha Environmental Training Group Sdn Bhd is a top training group in Malaysia. Nasha Environmental Training Group was recognized and functioning in the marketplace since 2015. Over the years, Nasha Environmental Training Group has grown steadily in size development since its original startup. Nasha Environmental Training Group is a training group that combines acquired expert, industry experience and revolution to achieve better administration. Our business viewpoint is guided by the company commitment in providing clients with proper planning and guidance that best benefits our clients and the community in the most sustainable manner. So our vision is to expand synergy between theory and practical of quality environmental development, as well as recognized as an impactful, inventive and efficient training company to clients. So we acquired licensing and registration. So our training group has registration under Company Commission of Malaysia, CCM, Malaysia Department of Environmental, DOE, Department of Occupational Safety and Health, OSHA, and Ministry of Finance. Also, over the years, we have also rewarded with recognition and awards. In 2016, we received International Training Research in Environmental and Occupational Health, ITRIO. 2017, NIBOSH Award in Environmental Awareness at Work. And 2020, we received Chief Minister Environmental Award.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nasha binti Muhammad Yazid and now I will present about WBS Training Service Group. Okay, first we need to know what is WBS. WBS is a key project deliverable. It organizes the teamwork into manageable sections. A project can be broken into smaller components. For example, that we can see from the screen. This is our component, and under training planning, it has been divided into several sub-components. Okay, for the 1.0 training planning, the team project is Shahira. For 2.0 training project is Atika. For the training team selection, the team project is Haizatul. For training preparation, team project is Amira. For training establishment, the team project is Nabila, and the last one 6.0, which is training close out, and the team project is also Nabila. This the WBS will increase the probability of the project success. Thank you.
So for Gantt chart, this is our Gantt chart. So firstly, our task is environmental training service, which consists of training planning. Also consists of objective, training schedule, training procedures, gather information, new technology training skills, review existing training skills, analyze skills gap, training initiative. Next task is training team selection, and the activities under this task is team selection, training request for quotation, evaluate RFQ, training team meeting, and last is team contract. And the next task is training preparation, staff arrangement, location, training materials, feedback forms, and gathering arrangements. And next is training establishment, training sessions, facilitator, facilities, technical system, delegate feedback forms. Next is training closeout that consists of client feedback, financial data, meeting report, and that's it. And the time for our project is starting from 1 March 2021 and finish on 28 February 2022. And this is our Gantt chart for our project. That's all. Thank you.
So for the project organization in our team is Amira binti Abdul Aziz as our project manager. Amira plays the lead role in planning, executing, monitoring, controlling and closing project. Amira responsible to control the team from scratch to final project. Next is Nurul Atika binti Mustafa, or known as Atika, is our chief engineer in this project. Atika takes charge of an entire engineering department, leading a team as they complete various projects. They are eligible to develop a software, cybersecurity and a system for our project. Next, we have Haizatul Nafisa binti Isham, or known as Haizatul, as our administrative manager. Haizatul is accountable to supervise for training team selection. This support might include general office management, answering phones, speaking with clients, and conduct clerical work or a variety of other stuff. Next is Nur Shahira binti Muhammad Yazid, or known as Shahira, is our financial manager. Shahira is accountable to manage the project that relate directly to project revenue and expenses, cash flow, and any financial affairs. And lastly, we have Nur Nabila binti Amir Hasni, or known as Nabila, is the chief trainer in this project. Nabila train and lead efforts of individual, team, client, and other resources connected with project activities. Nabila played the role of advisor, planner, and leader in working with client to devise and implement solutions related to process or quality environment. Thank you. So before we convince client, we have also attached our related experience so that client will trust us. So the experience that we have handled project is Asia Water virtual event. It's a virtual event since it's on 2020, in the year 2020, where the COVID virus has invaded in our country. So it's only in virtual campaign. The client is Alam Sekitar Malaysia Siam Berhad, Asma. Next project is we have handled the health and safety management system, and our client is the Coca-Cola company, and the service is we implement the OSAS 18,000 and ISO 14,000, and it was on year 2015. And lastly, we also have handled a project named Hari Alam Sekitar Negara, and the location is in Malaysia, and the service that we have provided is the awareness campaign, and the date was in 2020, the year 2020. So for the equipment and facility, in this section we provide the list of equipment and facilities that will be used throughout the project implementation. For introduction to EMS 14,000 and OSAS 18,000, and the component that we need is the auditor. Auditor that we provided is the expert in environmental policies. So next is environmental safety and awareness. Firstly, machines, we need a projector. Secondly, components, we need a fencing, parking facilities, and public transport for people to come and join the event and the campaign. And the last is facilities such as toilet, waste and recycling facilities, electricity supply and water supply. For life cycle assessment, we also need one thing, which is auditor, and a team of auditor which is expert in the implementation of the policy. And others equipment such as the paper carton, laser jet printer, laser jet ink, portable digital cameras, stationaries is a human resource and documentation equipment. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam Shamalia. My name is Nurul Atika binti Mustafa Kamal, and I will explain on the project work objective. So the first objective is to accomplish the business goals and objective within the stipulated time and budget. Secondly is to serve the client with the best and high quality training materials while maintained on the allocated funds. Third is to equip the client with understanding on the knowledge of environmental, health and safety management process. The fourth objective is to ensure that the client can identify the impact of the organization activities and also decision making towards the environment, And lastly is to reduce the waste generated from the activities and processes occurs. Okay, so I will explain further on the main activities on achieving our project work objective. So in achieving our project work objective, we have provided 3 out of 5 services that are offered in our project, which include the introduction to EMS 14,000 and OSAS 18,000, recycling services, and also environmental impact assessment services. First of all, we seek to equip the client with the further understanding on the knowledge of environmental health and safety management process and attain the great benefits of it. For example, by providing the services on the introduction of EMS 14,000 and also OSAS 18,000. Environmental Management System (EMS) is a system that allows the organization to determine, evaluate, and also reduce the impact of the organization activities to the environment. ISO 14000 is a set of standards that are internationally recognized in management process. It is a standard and guideline on the environmental auditing, environmental management system, performance evaluation, and also environmental labels and also life cycle assessment. Further, OSAS 18,000 is a system standard for occupational health and safety. Therefore, this knowledge on EHS can provide the client in maintaining the commitment to occupational health and safety and thus improve their overall environmental performance. Furthermore, our team aims to achieve the goals and objectives of the project within the stipulated time and budget, and also deliver a high and best quality training materials to the client while maintaining on the allocated funds when delivering these services. For instance, by facilitate the recycling services in the project, the material used can be reused and also can be disposed into the renewables, whereby it can reduce the cost on the project and also we can sell it for extra profitability. Hence, the project will be completed within the time and budget given and also can reduce the solid waste generated in the completion of our project. Next, our teams also aims to ensure that the client can identify the impact of the organization activities and decision making to the environment when we deliver the services to the client. For instance, Environmental Impact Assessment (EIA) is a tool to identify, predict, evaluate, and also mitigate the impact of the proposed project towards the environment before the implementation of the project, as defined by the International Association for Impact Assessment. Thus, the project can be completed within the time and also can give the less risk on the environment. Lastly, the proposal will explain further on the management section, technical sections, cost section, risk analysis, control system, and any other particulars regarding the project.
So for the management section is a system that set out a policy, procedure and process as a guideline or framework used by an organization to ensure fulfill the task required to achieve its objective. So the objective achieved is important for the organization's operation. Under our organization, we have provided description of work tasks, the deliverables of our projects and the project schedule, project organization, and particularly related in our project management. So for the description of work tasks, in this section, we will provide the description of work tasks involved in the project. The description of work tasks is divided according to the sector we choose to provide to our client. So there are 3 sections, which is Introduction to EMS 14,000 and OSAS 18,000. The second one is Environmental and Safety Awareness, and the third one is Life Cycle Assessment. Occupational Health and Safety Assessment Series (OSAS) is the occupational promotes a safe and healthy working environment by providing a framework that helps organizations to identify and control health safety risks, reduce the potential for accident, add legal compliance, and improve overall performance of the company. So for the IOS 14,000 is defined as a series of international environmental management standards, guides, and technical reports. The standards specify requirements for establishing an environmental management policy determining environmental impacts of products or services. So next, is the deliverables. Deliverables is a service or products that the project creates for the user, client, or project sponsor. It is the good or service delivered by the company to its stakeholder. EMS 14,000 and OSAS 18,000, with the implementation of these two, is the client will be able to perceive the way to build a strong and stable organization, complete with knowledge and skill and services on environmental training to help client achieve their objective. Deliverable in this environmental training is the environmental and safety awareness. This is significant as it can help to offer environmental and safety awareness to our client. Next is environmental training service. Also served in this sector is life cycle assessment, and this deliverable improve client bottom line to company sustainability. So the project schedule that has been determined is this project will take 1 year, which is 1 January 2021. For 2 years, which is 1 January 2021 until 1 January 2023.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nunabila binti Amirul Hasni, and I will explain about the technical section. So, basically, technical section is the department that will manage and support regarding technical aspects. Technical section is where our company share ideas and monitor project progress that are related to technical interests. In addition, in technical section, our company will observe and identify about the problem and opportunity that exists and occurred. Besides that, we will provide the solutions idea by briefly convince our clients that there is an advantages when we propose the idea. The technical section has been identified that The technical section has been identified the opportunities that exist and problems that might be raised. The school district and any higher education institution has rapidly growth, especially in urban area. With this growth of development, we identified that lot of workforce need an additional training skills, especially in their field, to propose the good job position in any company. Hence, it is important to provide environmental training services for all the workforce. Technical section been observed that most of workers are lack of knowledge in using technology. Therefore, we would like to give the best services by training the participants who join our project regarding with any foundation of technology system that they should know. Hence, this technology system knowledge we can propose with another approach to improve their skills. After that, another scope of services that we provided is introducing the participants to EMS 14,000 and OSAS 18,000 services. EMS, that stands with Environmental Management System, is to evaluate the impact of the activities towards the environment. Meanwhile, another approach that we propose is recycling services, where the participants will know how to dispose materials into renewables that also can reduce the risk of pollution. Next, the scope of services that we provided is environmental impact assessment, which is also known as EIA services, which here means to give the best understanding to the participants who join our training program towards how important our every decision making regarding the environmental condition. By choosing our company, the clients will gain many benefits that are beneficial for their ministry and agencies. This is because of our company have an expert who have better knowledge in all aspects regarding the scope of services that our company provided that will be train our clients well. Therefore, the technology that our clients will gain from joining our training services program will further contribute towards understanding the scope of environmental services and identifying the challenges that are related with environmental businesses. Other than that, our trainer will assist the clients to use the knowledge and not only when work, but also in their daily life. Last but not least, The clients will enjoy the benefits of knowledge that they will gain from our training program services for long-term environmental quality. So that's all from me about the technical section. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nasha binti Muhammad Yazid. So now I will present about course section for training service. First, I will explain about the table 6.1, which is labor. As we know, labor is divided into two, which are managerial and non-managerial. For the managerial, it have 5 positions. Then the salary for each position is about 3,500. For the 24 months, so the total salary for each position for 24 months under managerial is 84,000. Then for the non-managerial, it contains 2, which are auditor and others worker. Salary for auditor is 2,000. So the total it have 2 auditor. So the total salary for 2 auditor for 24 months is 96,000. For the others worker, we have 10 others workers. So the salary for each of them is 2,000. So the total salary for 10 workers during 24 months is 480,000. So from the table, it can be seen that the total for the labor is 996,000. It is the budget for labor. Okay, then we move to table 6.2. From the table 6.2, it shows the equipment. For the equipment, it have been divided into 2, which are equipment for environment safety and awareness, and the second one is the environment for the human resource and documentation. So for the cost for environment safety and awareness, they have the several components. So the total cost for this is 62,960. Okay, for the human resource and documentation, it also have several components. So the total cost for the component under the equipment for human resource and documentation is 2,051 ringgit. Okay, next we move to overhead cost. For overhead cost, it contains electricity, water supply, and others costs. For the electricity, for 24 months, the total is 4,800. For the water supply, the total for 24 months is 2,400. For the others cost, the total is 2,000. So the total for all of them is 9,200. Next, we move to table 6.4, which are total budget. For this table, it shows that total budget cost that provide is 1.3 million. So the labor use cost about 996,000. For the equipment, environment, safety, and awareness, it used about 62,960. For equipment, human resource, and documentation, it used the cost about 2,051 ringgit. For the overhead cost it total is 9,200. So the total cost for each of them is about 1,070,211. Since the total budget cost is total 1.3 million, so with our aggregate budget being only price 1,070,211. From that, it shows that this service able to save up to 229,789 ringgit. Besides, it also shows that it able to save about 1/3 from the budget given. So that's all from me, and we move to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum madam, my name is Amira binti Abdul Aziz. So I will explain about the risk analysis and control system. Okay, firstly, risk analysis means the possibility of the negative events that can happen during the project implementation, either from natural resources such as disasters and flooding, or by the human action itself, whether it is intentional or unintentional. There are several types that falls under risk analysis itself, which is risk identification, risk assessment, risk response planning, and also risk monitoring. Risk identifications means the process of define and evaluate the importance of risk that is related to the systematic of construction project. The second type is risk assessment. This is one of the important type in this process because the risk assessment itself means getting a feedback from the management or department. Okay, they will do a survey to compare each of these risks in terms of its similarities and differences in order to handle these risks better in the future. While risk response planning means the action taken by the management in order to reduce or minimize the possibilities of risk to happen in the future. This action will be taken by the managers by preparing for the action planning for each of the risks. Last type is risk monitoring. Risk monitoring is intended to discuss how risk can be monitored. This involves by checking the compliance with risk response decisions, by ensuring that risk response measures and any information requirements are enforced by the company, assessing the ongoing efficacy of risk response measures, and identifying any adjustments that just might affect the posture of the risk. Now I will explain about the control system. Control system are data collection, data processing, and analytical methods used to predict, understand, and affect the time and cost results of a project or program constructively. For example, by transmitting data in ways that assess real management and decision making. There are also some important points under control system, which is project estimation, project budget, controlling costs, project scheduling, and also performance measurement. First is project estimation. Project estimation is a method of estimating and projecting the costs required for its effective realization. It is an important part of the success and cost management of projects. A total budget is the final amount that is final purpose of the calculation and shows stakeholders the required budget to complete a project. Next is project budget. Project budget is the cost incurred during the implementation of a project which involve project managers in this section. A framework for a project budget provides a comprehensive calculation of all expenses that are expected to be incurred before the completion of the project. Okay, so the total of the allocation that involved in this project is about 2 million. Controlling costs is control costs are classified as process for tracking a project status in order to update the project costs. This will allow the project managers to monitor the changes in the cost baseline as the project manager are required to maintain a continuous track of project costs. Furthermore, the project schedule is the mechanism that communicates what work needs to be completed, which will be performed by the organization, resources, and the time frame in which the work is supposed to be carried out. All of the work associated with delivering the project on time should be expressed in the project schedule, which is the duration time for the project implementation. Part in control system is performance measurement, which means the managers collect the information in assessing success to assist in making management decisions to influence progress that will boost that performance. Okay, for example, in order to exert control over the project performance assessments are performed to provide information to managers. I think that's all from me. Thank you, madam.